What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Hand of Glory. So in this video we are going to start by finally solving this music desk slash whatever puzzle. Okay, so I was sort of right when I was pointing out to the empty notes here. So
ruling out the two erased lines of the pentagram, 3 remained, each marked by a different musical key. Were the notes on the sheet music a reference to the drawers of the desk? I also noticed something written on top. Allegro aperto. In music, that means something like a cheerful open.
okay, so I don't think I was doing this correctly yet. So let's close those. Alright, let's take a look at this again. Okay, so all this represents these drawers, right? This is empty space, that's why this is empty. Okay, so look for this note up here, for this note symbol in the music notes. So we got this line right up here. So number 3 is, so in this box, which is this box right here, we have number 3. So we're gonna count to through the third note. 1, 2, 3. So this is black, filled in. So that's closed. So the top drawer should be closed. Top. Very left. Let's go to the middle one. Okay, 1. First note is open, so we're gonna open this. Alright, moving on. Third note, 1, 2, 3. It's empty, so it's open again. Alright, so now we got this music symbol, which is the bottom line here. Okay, so 3, 1, 2, 3. Third note is open, so that drawer is open as well. Alright. Moving on. Number 1. 1 is closed, so this drawer remains closed. Number 1. First note is open, so we're gonna open this guy. Alright, very last one. So it's the top one up here. This is crossed over because we don't have a drawer here, so this makes all sense. Okay, number 2, 1, 2, it's closed. The second note is black, dark, is closed. Okay, number 2 again, 1, 2, it's open. So we gotta open this drawer right here.
I knew that desk was hiding something.
Okay.
With my hands shaking with emotion, I grabbed the folder. I was prepared for anything, but what I found on that paper left me speechless.
Uh-oh, he caught me.
What are you doing in my room? Who let you enter?
Normally I'd have a pair of sarcastic answers for you, but right now I've completely lost my sense of humor. How do you explain this?
Oh, it's a baby. So
This is an abuse of power.
So she was pregnant.
You snuck in here and rummaged through my private documents without a warrant.
You keep on dodging the questions that really matter, Mr. I have a broken heart. Please bring my daughter back. Your daughter was pregnant, and you knew that. And on top of that, you concealed the documents that proved it. I don't know if it's clear enough. But this makes you the prime suspect on my list. Who's the father? The guy in the picture I showed you? Answer me, goddammit.
Enough! Leave this residence immediately and never come back. And I assure you, you'll be hearing from me very soon.
I could say the same thing. So young Kathrin was pregnant at the time of the kidnapping. Was it possible that was the motive? And what was her father's role in the whole story? Had he hidden the medical records to preserve his daughter's dignity, or to hide a motive that would have been a red flag for the authorities? Night had fallen by then. Initially, I thought of going straight to bed and falling asleep. Then, I was suddenly struck by a brilliant idea.
Bowling?
We're switching over to local news now, where we direct your attention to a curious case that happened today in West Miami. The well-known Chef Tony was arrested after many clients in his restaurant began showing worrying physical symptoms. The police report has identified the cause of the patron's collective discomfort as some meatballs, apparently prepared using dog meat.
Oh, wow.
The chef defended himself, claiming he had given instructions for the making of the dish to an elusive sous chef, of whom no traces can now be found. What can we say? If it's a pet-friendly local establishment you're looking for, Tony's restaurant could really be your thing.
Yeah. Absolute number one, intern.
Isn't that because you're playing against yourself, Mr. Number One?
If someone had tried socializing rather than carrying around her job, we would not still be here arguing about it. So at the current state of things, I am the undisputed number one, and that's that.
In the meantime, your someone might have found something by analyzing the picture that was slipped under your door. I couldn't find any information on the man in the company of Kathrin Mulzberg, but the logo visible on the building gave me a lead to follow. It's a decommissioned factory belonging to a company called Fallen Rose, for which I've written the address down. Unfortunately, there was no way to...
Yes, all right. It's all very compelling. But we'll think about the factory tomorrow. Now put down that infernal device and let me see what you've got.
You really had it coming, small-time detective. What do you think about that?
That was beginner's luck.
And this?
That was clearly a foul. I found a surprise waiting for me.
Uh-oh, who's this creepy dude?
Mr. Bundy, I was just looking for you.
Am I late with the rent?
The rent is the least of your problems right now. There are people, Mr. Bundy, who find your investigation really bothersome.
You were sent by Mulzberg, weren't you? The worm thinks he can scare me with his two-bit intimidation tactics, but I have absolutely no intention of stopping. I'll bring the truth to the light, even if a whole empire has to fall because of it.
That's all I need to know.
Wait!
What? Is this a dream? Oh, I can't. I wasn't supposed to answer that. Okay. I'm assuming it's going to kill me with the second one too. I don't get fake warnings.
I don't need your fake warnings. Now get out of my way.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Wait!
Alright, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
Cooperate, and maybe there will be no unpleasant consequences. Many influential forces are at work in this story, Mr. Bundy.
Are you talking about Mulzberg? Did he send you?
No names. Keep your curiosity under control for your own good.
If you want my cooperation, you gotta give me something in exchange.
I could give you much more than you think, if you answer properly.
Not good enough. Tell me who sent you. Now.
Okay, Bundy. You win.
Wait!
Man, okay. So I can't answer that either. Alright, okay, I'm listening as a person.
Cooperate, and maybe there will be no unpleasant consequences. Many influential forces are at work in this story, Mr. Bundy.
Okay, so not the first one. Let's go with I'll take the bait.
Take the bait. What do these forces at work want from me?
That you don't try to push beyond your capabilities. That you accept your place as an insignificant exile and spend the rest of your life in the shadows. You have a choice to make, Bundy. Choose wisely.
Okay, I quit the case, or I had worked really hard to get to this point. Okay, I'm gonna risk it last time.
I have worked very hard to get to this point. I can't quit the case. Catherine's life is at stake.
A praiseworthy and daring choice, but wrong.
Wait!
Alright, last time.
I'm listening.
Cooperate, and maybe there will be no unpleasant consequences. Many influential forces are at work in this story, Mr. Bundy.
I'll take the bait. What do these forces at work want from me?
That you don't try to push beyond your capabilities. That you accept your place as an insignificant exile and spend the rest of your life in the shadows. You have a choice to make, Bundy. Choose wisely.
Okay, I quit the case. Really, it's not a matter that concerns me. I'm sorry for the girl, but in the end, these things happen. The important thing is that they don't happen to yourself.
You just made the best choice of your life. Oh, Bundy. Just some advice. Let this be our last meeting.
The guy had been clear and explicit. I could be sure that if I didn't comply with his demand for answers, he'd kill me without giving it a second thought. My rational sides urged me to really let it go. Goodbye case, goodbye challenge, goodbye unsolved mysteries, and goodbye Kathrin. But no, I couldn't leave that girl to her destiny. Her father did something horrible to her. He had hidden the truth from the world, maybe even going so far as having his own flesh and blood kidnapped or even killed. No way I'll give up. I am up against the wall.
November 14th, Lars' apartment.
Things just get better and better. I'd fallen asleep with my clothes on. That visit the previous night had shaken me more than I wanted to admit. Well, that must be Alice. The door's open. Come in. Hey, intern. Welcome.
Hello, Lars. Do you always leave the door open?
Yeah, of course. So the delivery boy can leave me the harbinger at the door and I can do this? Hey, Alice, look at that.
Did they finally find Ramos?
Much better. Today, the harbinger is giving off firecrackers to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the opening of the newspaper.
You get excited over very little sometimes.
But it's a pop-up. One of those kinds that explodes if you throw it on the ground. So cool.
I was expecting different furnishings. You look more like a guy with a toilet in the bedroom.
Everything was more or less already like this when I got here. Hey, what do you mean by I look more like a guy? Well, at this point, I'd say it's best to leave behind the beating I gave you last night and focus on the job.
Are you talking about when the ball slipped and landed on my foot, or when you elbowed me in the stomach mimicking your Lar swing?
Well, I did get a strike, right?
Yes, in another alley.
Try to make yourself at home.
As I was trying to tell you yesterday evening, I couldn't trace any information about the man in Catherine's company. Which is quite strange, considering that I have total access to all the government databases in the world.
But this can be explained in perfectly legal ways, and in any case, it doesn't help us with the investigation.
On the other hand, I found some information about the symbol appearing in the background, which identifies a company called Fallen Rose.
It doesn't sound familiar. What is it?
The company itself did business in many sectors, but the Miami headquarters specialized in building materials. From the archives, I couldn't find anything suspicious. All above board until they declared bankruptcy last year. But here's the kicker. Although the company is supposedly bankrupt, I found signs of recent activity by analyzing surveillance camera footage in the neighborhood.
So, they're still there. Maybe I could... Alice, I need access to that factory, this very day.
It could be risky, but I certainly won't stop you. I feel this case could really push my career years ahead. And by the way, my zealous detective, I think it's time you tell me everything you know about the case we're investigating.
All right. At this point, I can't deny you deserve it. Okay, let's start from the beginning. That is to say, the night I tracked down Ramos. This is, in broad terms, what pushed me to investigate the Mulzberg case.
I'm still not totally clear on the relevance of the porn magazine.
Oh, that? Wait, I can explain that in more
Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's really absurd. How did you manage to get yourself involved in a case like this?
This could be my big chance at redemption, Ellis. I'm not ready to surrender yet.
I get it, but now... I better get back to the office. I really can't afford to be late.
I'll leave with you then. I expect this will be a very emotional day.
Well, see you later then.
Alice's contribution was crucial, giving me another lead to follow. An abandoned factory belonged to the Fallen Rose. I figured I should also swing by Nancy's. Maybe I would be able to talk to the mysterious homeless guy, Roger. Come to think of it, this was the day I was also supposed to have my interview with that leech Gwendolyn Pratt. I had serious doubts about what to do. Maybe it would be better to go back to Ramos's house to face that shrew.
Alright, so let's see what we got. We got some new stuff here. Pop-up? What is that?
Firecracker the Harbinger had handed out that morning.
That's the one I picked up today, okay.
It's one of those that explodes when thrown against the ground.
Close stick. Okay, so everything else is old. Search again for that homeless guy at Nancy's. Rat is waiting for me to do interview. What should I do? Search the abandoned warehouse that Alice tracked down. Okay, I guess let's check out Nancy's first. I still don't know what this hole is for.
For months, I kept asking and asking Miss Joyce to repair that hole. Sooner or later, I would fall through it again.
Okay, so let's go to, I think it was this place, right? For the homeless guy? Yeah. Oh, there he is.
You are Roger the Tramp, aren't you?
Firstly, the term tramp is now considered inconsiderate, and the preferred nomenclature is homeless person or transient. Secondly, it is very rude to address a stranger by name without introducing oneself first.
I beg your pardon, but I didn't realize I was in the presence of the Baron of Sussex.
Do not be absurd, boy. I'm not the Baron of Sussex. I'm Duke Roger Emmerich Ravendish III from Derbyshire.
Yet you live on a bench and you have a torn shoe.
I also rummaged through the refuse, to be completely honest.
This guy was a real madman. Well, Duke Ravendish, may I ask you a few questions?
I am at your disposal, at least for the present moment.
So, you are an actual nobleman. Okay, let's start with that.
So you are an actual nobleman.
The Ravendish family dates back to the 16th century, during the time of the controversial Henry VIII.
I can only wonder how an actual duke ends up living on the street.
I do not think my story would be of any interest to you, lad.
Do you remember where you were 2 nights ago?
At Chef Tony's, a modest 5-star restaurant located in the West Miami district.
You answered with extraordinary promptness.
I stick to my weekly schedule precisely. It's a carryover from my old life.
I see. Do you remember if you saw or heard anything strange?
Might you be a detective, young man?
Of course I am. Do you want to see my badge?
Your poor attempt at dressing like Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle's character is enough for me.
What's your point?
If you are a detective, it means that you are a representative of the authorities, or at least you are in contact with them. Ergo, you can help me save my Camerops humilis.
Your what?
My dwarf palm. My shelter from the warm, sultry summer days in Miami. I have spent my afternoons basking in the shade of its leaves for years, and now it is at risk.
Explain.
Recent studies have revealed the presence of the red blatodia on these picturesque beaches, a disturbing and voracious insect that can prove lethal to these plants. My palm was judged to be sick, which was clearly a rush evaluation. Just a glance will suffice to see that it is in perfect health.
I think I understand what you're getting at, but I have to point out that someone could consider this an attempt at bribery.
I am not offering goods in exchange for a service. Any assistance would simply bring peace to my disturbed mind and therefore encourage me to remember.
That man was used to these kinds of negotiations. He sure knew how to bargain. All right, let's see what I can do for your palm tree.
Make that red mark disappear, and then you may ask what you will.
So what if I asked you to remember the night we spoke about?
Oh, my poor dwarf palm. If only someone would take care of removing that symbol from its cortex.
I think I know perfectly well who that someone is.
Quid pro quo.
Alright, quid pro quo means this for that, if anybody doesn't know.
Don't leave the country, Duke Ravendish.
I would be reviled for doing so.
Alright, so some kind of sort of palm tree, is this it, right? What red mark? This one?
That red mark with fresh paint sentenced that poor plant to death. It had to disappear if it wanted to obtain Roger's help.
Okay. Let's see what I got. Will this take care of it?
I was all out of ideas.
No, it will
That
not.
red mark with fresh paint sentenced that poor plant to death. It had to disappear if it wanted to obtain Roger's help.
Okay, sounds like I need to find something new now. Can I go inside Nancy's?
Typical seaside place, where exotic cocktails and Tex-Mex plates were served regularly.
Okay.
Typical seaside.
Let's see. We get some kind of solution maybe or something. I'll just light it on fire.
Maybe.
Get rid of it.
Oh.
Alright. Doesn't look like we can do anything right now. So let's go. Let's go up here. What is this? David Ramos' house? Oh, that's the interview I'm supposed to go to. Okay, let's check it out. Oh,
Look at
that lady
Jimmy.
again.
The brave Lazarus Bundy has really come to see us.
I can't believe I'm actually here.
There, no reason to be upset. I can assure you you've made the best decision of your career.
I'll content myself with the assurance that you won't smear me out of turn.
Alright, so I'd say we've got everything we need to start rolling. Jimby, you can start recording.
Whoa, wait a second. Just like that, out of the blue, without preparing the questions a bit?
This is Gwendolyn Pratt reporting from the house of the serial killer Blowtorch, aka David Ramos. We have with us the detective in charge of the case, Lazarus Bundy. Good evening, Mr. Bundy.
Good evening.
Let's get straight to the point. Last night you were involved in a struggle with the dangerous individual who, we mustn't forget, is on the run. How would you describe this experience to our viewers?
You know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, let's be funny.
Ramos is huge, but I exercise a lot. And then, I'm a black belt in karate.
You can't tell by looking at you.
I wear baggy clothes to keep low profile.
Where do you think Ramos is hiding right now?
I'm afraid that lunatic has unfinished business with me, so no doubt he's still in town.
If things are really as you say, I'm sure Seamus Burton will hunt him down wherever he's hiding. The respectable Seamus Burton, who always diligently watches over our city of Miami. Let's cut to the chase, Detective. How do you answer the accusations that you purposely let Blowtorch escape just to have someone to hunt down to keep your already at risk job?
Already a risk job? What are you talking about, you ugly witch?
It's no secret that you've just been fired, Detective. Or I should say, ex-detective.
I wasn't covering up anything. I was fired specifically because...
Facts tell another story, Bundy. It seems you've been in difficult waters lately. That your alleged detective skills have been, how can I say it, deteriorated for quite a few months now. My understanding is that you haven't successfully closed a case for at least 6 months, ex-detective. How do you answer to this real data?
Enough, Pratt. I knew I was making a mistake coming here, but your lowness knows no bounds.
One more question, Bundy. Have you given any thought to your immediate future? I doubt that anyone will offer you work after what you... As you wish. I'm Gwendolyn Pratt. Back to you in the newsroom.
Man, she's mean.
I told you, Bundy. The important thing is not for the audience to have the absolute truth, just a plausible one. Have a good day.
Go to hell. I knew it was a bad idea to challenge Gwendolyn Pratt, the Queen of Mud. And so my decline in those previous months had become a matter of public domain. Anyway, who cared? My crisis had been leaked, yes, but not the real reason behind it. They could speculate, but the real truth was mine alone.
Okay, so I got that checked off. So I still need to get that red dot from there. But also we have another place to go, the abandoned factory, so I think we should probably go there now.
And this would be an abandoned factory? I had underestimated the size of the matter. That building was huge, and I'd lose an entire day trying to inspect it completely. Plus, the place was being watched. I had to find a way to access it without being noticed by the guard.
Okay, that's a huge guard too. Say hello.
Hello. Did you by any chance come from the future to stop android domination?
Huh? I don't understand what you're saying, mate. Who are you?
I am... Maybe it was best to use a fake name, given the circumstances.
Stallone!
Clint Stallone.
Like the cartoon they show every Thursday night! I like it a lot. Especially when Clint kicks the bad guy's ass. I am Eugene, mate.
Meeting you is a huge pleasure, in all possible respects. So, what are you doing here all alone?
I'm guarding the fort, uh-huh. Mama says it's a job of responsibility.
Responsibility.
Exactly. Responsibility. Mama said if someone we don't like or is not our friend shows up and tries to enter,
You kick them out.
I break his back and throw him down the drain in the square. Every time this happens, Mama makes big laughs and buys me a bag of chips.
The innocence with which he confessed the atrocity left me without words. This Eugene was oblivious about being so dangerous. I heard you mention a certain Mama.
Mama Cecily. She gets angry when people call her Mama. She says it makes her feel old.
Is she your mother?
No, but she took me from the orphanscape and found this job for me.
Orphanage, Eugene.
Yes, scorphanage.
And what's her line of work?
She tried to explain it, but I didn't understand. She says she loves working with other people's money.
Loan shark. They're criminals of the worst kind. And is she here now?
No, she comes later. First, she goes to find her girls to see if they're okay.
Better and better. She must be a barrel of laughs.
Imagine that once, when she was young, she took gas and matches and set fire to our school. Boom! The owner says it's because of that funny story that he gave this job to Mama.
So, this is a restricted area.
I don't know that word.
I mean, only certain people can enter here.
It's true. It works like that. Only those who are nice to Mama can enter. And that's just me, the owner, and the guy driving the truck. Ah, no. I broke the back of him last Thursday.
You really know how to have fun around here. What do you think about giving me a sightseeing tour around the factory?
Like when you're in those places with a guy talking weird. I never understand what they say, those guys, but I like them.
Let's play a game. I am a Japanese tourist, and you're the nice guy talking weird. The game is not started yet, Eugene.
I don't know, Stallone. I'd really like to, but Mama would kill me.
I had to persist with Eugene. About the owner of the factory. He runs the place, does he?
Yes, he's responsible.
Responsible, Eugene. Can you describe him?
I'm not good at doing identity descriptions. He's not funny, though. Mama says he scares she, too.
Her, Eugene. Is this him, by any chance?
Yes, that's Redwag. Why do you got his photo?
Ah, well, he and I are old friends. I'd really like to enter and visit him.
Now he's out, but you can wait for him outside with me.
What a shame. I wanted to surprise him.
And jump out from a corner screaming boo? I'd really like to, but Mama would kill me.
At least now I knew the name of the mysterious character in the photo. Radwed. Let's suppose I managed to convince this Mama to let me enter.
Yes?
Where would I find Radwed's office? This place looks huge.
I can't talk about this stuff with strangers. Last time I disobeyed, Mama punished me. She took away Bert, and the same night, she made me found his severed head on the bed.
Good Lord. Was it your dog?
My stuffed panda.
Well, it must have been a painful loss for you, nonetheless.
You can say that again, Stallone.
Getting back to us, are you sure you can't tell me anything? After all, nobody will ever know.
No, and again, no. I already suffered too much.
That information was useful. Even if I managed to enter the factory, I'd risk being seen roaming around without more detailed directions. I needed Eugene, so I had to deceive him somehow. So, you really loved your teddy bear?
A panda! It was a panda!
I have more important things to do than stay here to correct your grammar.
Bye, Stallone!
Okay, so I gotta find him another panda maybe, then he'll like me.
The HPD did a great job of wallpapering all of Miami with Ramos's ugly mug. The poster fluttered, held only by 2 little pins. It contained all the details about a missing little dog, including the promise of a reward. The poster fluttered, held only by 2 little pins. Contained the upteenth beach party, complete with a contest for surfers. I even tried to surf once, but my scarf continually covered my eyes, and I kept on falling off the board.
Alright, sports cars.
Mamma mia, look at those cars. Luxury convertibles. With all the gadgets in the right places. I couldn't climb over it with that brute guarding it. The sign consisted of a simple R alongside a rose falling. It matched the company name, Fallen Rose. Hello. So, you really loved your teddy bear?
A panda! It was a panda!
I have more important things to do than stay here to correct your grammar.
Bye, Stallone.
Alright. So, wait a second. Did I ever click on this hole here?
Saw a hole in the wall, right behind that fluttering poster. The manhole could have been a perfect gateway into the factory. The question was, how to get there. Alice held her own quite well with that computer, and I had started to rely on that. I always wanted to drive one of those. Even after entering the premises, I don't think I could ever lift that big shutter door.
Okay, so looks like we need to go visit Alice. Bye, Eugene. Alright, Alice is back at the headquarters. Will, I don't think he's talking to me anymore.
I've had enough of his government conspiracy.
Or I'm not talking to him.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Lars.
I've been to the factory you mentioned this morning. And you know what, Alice? That place is anything but abandoned.
Which makes it a real lead, instead of the potential dead end that it seemed.
The problem of sneaking inside remains, though. The place is guarded by the last descendant of a race of prehistoric giants. Yet I think I found a possible access point. You can hold your own with that hellish thing, can't you?
I'm usually able to find out more than an average person can learn about their spouse by rummaging through their wallet.
Remarkable. Could you provide me with a map of the, Alice, I know it may seem strange, but I need a map of the city sewers, with a marked path that will lead me from a certain starting point to an end one.
You want to go through the sewers? Such elegance. Give me 2 minutes. All right, I already found an up-to-date map and I marked the coordinates for the old factory. It wasn't easy. I had to hack the server of the Miami municipality, upload a worm that would hide my IP from the IT controllers, and finally download all the updated floor plans for the sewers.
All that in 5 seconds.
And
Okay.
you did all that in 20 seconds?
I'm messing with you. I just loaded the appropriate site and found a recent map. Are you sure you want to sneak through the sewers all alone? With or without a map, it is still a dark and smelly labyrinth.
Recently, met a kid that could prove useful.
Let me know what you find in there, and most of all, be careful. I have a bad feeling.
You bet. Bad feeling is my middle name.
That would be 2 names, Lars.
Yeah, that doesn't quite work, does it?
Not really. But wait, you could say, bad feeling is my nickname instead.
Great. Bad feeling sounds fearsome as a nickname, doesn't it? This time, I'm sure I've deduced the origin of that lock.
I'm starting to make you lose sleep over this. Bring it on.
So, I think the trauma is not due to your adolescence, but your childhood. The fact that you don't have a picture of your parents on the desk makes me think that you're not particularly interested in their approval. This is because of a family conflict in your background. Your father was a bad man, maybe a drunkard, who didn't spare any occasion to beat your poor mother. Time and fatigue weakened the woman, causing premature aging and the total whitening of her hair. Your lock is dedicated to her, your heroine.
Come on, knock it off. My mother works in a dry cleaners around the corner and still has long blonde hair. My father, on the other hand, is a retired detective, and he's still my role model, even today. I dare say he was probably a much better detective than you, given your performance.
So you think this will be enough to make me declare surrender? I'll be back for more soon. See you later, partner.
Bye, Lars.
Okay, so we have a map of the
Show
sewers.
the sewers of Miami. Alice had marked the access point to the factory with a symbol. It showed the sewer.
Okay, so I can look at it or what? I guess not. Okay, access, yeah, manhole right here. So I think that's where we need to go. What's up, dude?
Hey there, kid.
What do you want?
The moment has come to finally assert your peculiar talent.
To open tuna cans using only my toenails?
No, gross. I mean, your infallible sense of direction in the depths of the city's underground. You must be my guide, and lead me to a specific point of the city, in the vicinity of a manhole.
And how do I know where it is?
I have a map here with the route displayed. I'm not that naive.
Okay. And what do I get out of it?
My unconditional love. All right, what do you want? More electronic junk?
I want you to recover my medallion from that mound of dirt.
Is it yours? Then why is it there? Is it yet another gift from the surface?
Don't even joke about it. That medallion is mine.
Maybe we can retrieve it and give it back to the rightful owner.
I told you it's mine. I always have it on me, but this morning I woke up and somehow it had ended up there. I just couldn't reach it, and so I need you to get it.
Ha! It must be tough to be as tall as it can.
If you're going to be like that, then I want a Sfrizzo Cola too.
Do you think this is the right time to drink a soda? I'm in a hurry, you little punk.
It's not for drinking. I need it as fuel for my modified vehicle.
I heard something about that. It seems that Sfrizzo was withdrawn from the market just because of the diluted fuel scandal. Wait a minute, though. What vehicle are we talking about?
Listen, do you want to ride or not? Then shut up, bring me my medallion and a Sfrizzo Cola.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, so what is he talking about? Pile of dirt. Oh, okay, so this is the pile of dirt. And there's a medallion.
The medallion was out of reach, even from the central mound. I would have to go around and get there from the back.
Okay, so this way, I'm assuming.
A bottle of the worst firewater on the market.
Oh. Okay. Glow stick, maybe?
With that, I could surely get to the medallion, but I wouldn't be able to grab it.
Uh-oh.
I needed something that would provide me a more secure grip.
Let's think about this. What about the wrench thing I had?
Once my colleagues drew... I had to go...
No, this guy.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh boy, maybe I can combine them two? Or, what is saying? What about magnet?
One of the two keys opened the other was...
If I combine magnet with the, stick.
Was it really worth it?
No, maybe not. Jeez.
Sometimes, my obsession with using random items didn't lead anywhere. I thought it was better to look for a chain can always, for example. In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution to me.
Okay, so...
Yeah, not a bad idea. But the magnet was too weak to attract the medallion from afar.
And I can combine the medallion with the stick. What about the lace?
A magnetic fishing rod. I couldn't pass up such an invention.
Fantastic. Okay, let's try it now.
The line from my amazing fishing rod had broken, giving me barely enough time to grab the medallion. I was astonished by the craftsmanship of the object. This surely wasn't street jewelry. A crow, with a threatening look, surrounded the world with its wings. What was a little gangbanger like him doing with a prize like that? Then again, it was absolutely none of my business. I already had a mystery on my hands, and one at a time was enough.
Okay, so now he wants soda. Where do you get soda at?
Hey there, kid.
What do you want?
Can you repeat our deal?
I want you to recover my medallion from that mound of dirt. Then, you need to give me a Sfrizzo Cola to use as fuel.
I recovered your medallion. Not bad at all, I must say. Where'd you find it?
Throw it to me, and mind your own business.
Okay. I was just being curious.
Okay, so now he wants soda. I'm assuming that's not the soda can flowing in the water.
Canned beans. Wow. Seriously, I go crazy for them. I'd risk getting lost for a good cause, but it was enough.
Okay, so we need to go get soda somewhere. Is there a soda in this office here? No, no soda machines. I never saw soda up here. Okay, soda. Is that the soda machine right here in the picture?
It's you again.
Do we know each other?
No, but I've seen you on TV. You must be a VIP.
Ah, well, you can proclaim it loudly, because before you is the famous detective... Lazarus Bundy!
That's why you wear a Sherlock Holmes hat?
It's more like him wearing my hat.
Well, actually,
Anyway, let me work now, Mr...
Issa.
Stay there and watch how a real investigator works.
I have to wait for the pawn shop to open anyway. The owner has no will to work. He should have been here already for a while now.
Okay, Fritzo's cola vending machine. That's exactly the one I need.
The vending machine wasn't working, so I couldn't buy a soda. I had no choice but to come up with something illegal.
Trying is useless. It's gone. I put some money inside and it was eaten. I also tried to kick it, but no dice.
Believe me, you were lucky. I wouldn't wish a Sfrizzo even on my worst enemy. A vending machine for a Sfrizzo. The worst cola ever tasted by a human being. Actually, the soda was pulled from the market some time ago. That's why the vending machine wasn't functioning, although the engine was still running. In that moment, I needed one for M.
Okay, so how do I fix this?
No more messages from me.
Are you looking for clues?
What are you talking about?
I've heard this building was the hideout of a famous local serial killer who escaped because of a detective that... Hey, did you have anything to do with that?
Nah, I was dealing with another case. Another case, cleverly solved.
Okay, so maybe I can use some of this vending machine.
Wasn't working, so I couldn't buy a soda. I had no choice but to come up with something illegal.
Okay, so how do I break it? I'm just gonna start using everything I can on it.
Destroying the vending machine seemed like overkill. Surely I could devise something less flashy.
Okay, so I can break it. Yeah, what about this?
As a result of dealing with the worst individuals in society, I learned every kind of possible trick. Scrounging a soda was one of those tricks. Hey, I had a Sfrizzo Cola. If I needed to loosen a bolt, that would be perfect.
Sorry, aren't you a detective?
Exactly, and this vending machine contains some fundamental evidence from my latest case.
How cool. Can we take a selfie?
Ah, no thanks. I already had breakfast.
Actually, a selfie is...
Okay, so let's go back to the sewers and give him the soda.
Hey there, kid.
What do you want?
Here's your Sfrizzo Cola, you brat.
We'll get around half the city with this.
All ready for our departure?
I'm ready for anything. And you?
Before leaving, I'd have to find out precisely how to move around inside the factory. I still have to take care of a few things.
Okay. So what am I missing now? Search the warehouse that Alice tracked down. There must be alternative entrance. I flagged a site and will be my guide. I need to know exactly where the office of this routed is. Bribe? Does that say bribe maybe? Eugene with a stuffed panda. So I need to find a stuffed panda now. Okay. Pawn shop, maybe.
Hey there, kid.
What do you want?
All ready for our departure?
I'm ready for anything.
Before leaving.
Alright. So I gotta figure out something else now. Maybe talk to Alice, see what she says.
Hello.
Hi, Lars.
Nope.
See you later,
Bye, Lars.
Okay, so maybe look around the factory again.
Hello.
Nope.
I have more important things to do than stay here to correct your grammar.
Bye, Stallone.
Okay, I'm gonna find a teddy bear or a panda for him. Pawn shop was closed.
The manhole could have been a perfect gateway into the factory. With the map Alice gave me, I also knew how to reach it. I always wanted to drive one of those.
Okay, no, nothing here. Okay, so let's try to see if the pawn shop maybe is open so we can buy the panda. Maybe. Okay. So let's go back to the pawn shop, see if it's open. No, it's not. I can't interact with it, so that's out of question. I do have a bear in my bedroom. I wonder if that will work.
I was surprised to find Ramos in the lead story. According to an information leak, the night before, there had been 2 murders at the same time in the city of Concord, Massachusetts. The journalist was reporting on a connection between the murders and Ramos being on the run, but I still couldn't believe Blowtorch would have been able to reach Massachusetts with all the security checks in place. The article was written by Pratt. God, that vampire was everywhere. A happy day for the Harbinger, and for me too. That firecracker they gave out as a gift was amazing. It was the kind that explodes if strongly launched at the ground. A happy day for the...
Who's this dude? Inventor of a mega pop. Oh, he's the one who invented the firecracker, okay. Alright, anything else here?
A happy day for...
No. I think it was under the bed, right? Yeah. Bobby.
And so Eugene was heartbroken over the loss of his stuffed panda.
There we go.
But I used my little bear to entice him. Huh. How long since I last pulled it out from down there? My beloved Bobby. I called him that in memory of my grandpa, Roberto. That stuffed animal had been with me since I was 6.
Okay.
Bobby the teddy bear, a memory of happy childhood.
Let's try to give that to Eugene. Hopefully that's good enough. I know he wants panda. Where was he? Factory.
Hello. So, you really loved your teddy bear?
A panda! It was a panda!
I have more important things to do than stay here to correct your grammar.
Bye, Stallone!
Okay, let's try this.
Eugene, I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
A brand new teddy bear, so you can forget the late bird.
Bert is not late. He's dead. And that is a very bad bear. Not a panda like Bert. Take it away. I don't want it.
Oh,
Incredible.
jeez.
He was also demanding. Bobby the teddy bear, a memory of happy childhood.
Okay. I don't know what to get Panda. And I know why would let me grab the teddy bear then if I'm not allowed to, if I can give it to him. Maybe I can make it look like a teddy bear or a panda somehow.
In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution to me.
Okay.
It was one of those extendable clothes sticks. Right. But first it needed a coat of white.
Oh, okay. So I need to paint him first. Okay. So wait a minute. I think there was a bucket of paint by that brick guy, right? Yeah, bucket of paint.
Attention, monsieur! Huh? Attention to what? You horrible brat!
I told you, the Harbinger today made us a really big favor with those firecrackers.
It almost sounds like a gunshot.
They should be illegal. They throw them on the ground, then they explode and we all jump in the air by fear. Where will we end up, I wonder?
At the morgue. Another prank like that and I'll have a stroke. And yet, I suspected that having one of those firecrackers in my pocket would help me in the future.
Okay, so try to paint this guy.
That way, it would have looked like a panda.
Looks good.
Putting it in my pocket was out of the question. I'd have sullied my amazing coat. If needed, I could have used it on the spot.
Okay, so wait a second. I could also use marker on it, right? Maybe to throw some ice.
With the proper modifications, I'd turn Bobby the polar bear into Bobby the panda.
Alright, I think now we can... I think now it's ready. Green dart. Okay, Eugene. This is your panda.
Eugene, I have a surprise for you.
Bert? You're alive!
I know a specialist doctor owed me a favor, and I asked him to help me. Do you want him?
Of course! Give him to me, please!
Business before pleasure. Can you tell me where to find Radwed's office inside this huge factory?
Enter the big door, take the alley towards the hand you're right with, climb the ladder, and you'll find it up there. Now give me my Bert, Stallone!
I knew Eugene was totally at my mercy then, and he would let me enter without making a fuss. Can I enter the factory?
No.
Oh, okay. So, here's Bert.
Bert!
I lingered a few moments to watch Eugene playing happily with a piece of my childhood, the only toy my father ever gave me. Parting with it was a bit like giving up a sweet memory.
Alright, so now we can probably go back to the sewer and make our journey to the, somehow get inside the factory, I'm assuming. Alright, so I got his collar, right? Oh yeah, I did, I already gave it to him.
Hey there, kid.
What do you want?
All ready for our departure?
I'm ready for anything. And you?
I'd say it's time. How long do we have to walk, more or less?
Walk? Psst. Wait here, you fool.
I feel like he's got some kind of boat or something. That's what he needed the soda for.
I just about convinced myself that I'd been scammed, when from the depths of the sewers, I heard a rumble.
Yep.
All aboard! The next ferry is about to weigh anchor and set sail to the sewers of death. Hold tight to the dinghy.
Following Eugene's instructions, I quickly reached Radwed's office. Finally in the Wolf's lair. I had to move quickly then, and above all, find something that would get me close to young Kathrin.
Alright, so let's search this place quickly. Well, I'll probably have a lot of time. This office must be concealing a lead. Okay. A lot of stuff here.
Messy and without style, the desk displayed a hasty and maniac mindset. As was reasonable to expect, it was closed. As expected, the drawers were all locked. The light solvent. Alice told me the factory produced building materials before it closed.
Okay, I get some kind of can. Power strip.
Supplied power to the fan, but for the moment it was deactivated. It supplied power to the fan. It was already set to on, but the power strip wasn't activated.
Okay, so how do I activate this thing? What is this ashtray?
The ashtray was decorated with some peculiar symbols. I wondered if they meant anything. The ashtray was They were all pictures of Kathrin. Kathrin at sea, on a boat, always smiling. And among all those shots, the picture that led me there.
Interesting. Okay, so I can look at the photos here, right?
The baby bump showing on the girl suggested that the photo was recent. The baby bump showing on... Huh. She had the sunniest smile I'd ever seen in my life. Kathrin in a park, in the tranquility of a spring sunny day. Kathrin was holding a snow globe, inside which Miami was represented. Silly nonsense. Her expression suggested she felt the same way as me. A photo that led me to the factory. On a horse, smiling, on a sunny day in the hills. She was on a luxury boat, probably the property of her rich father. She was running carefree in a park. That picture made my guts churn with rage at the thought of the kidnapping. I wondered if I'd ever get the chance to hear her play. Kathrin at the beach. No detail that indicated where she was specifically.
Okay, so I looked at all of them, right? There's no way I can make a copy or anything.
That solvent must be nasty stuff.
Okay, so what about this fan? Well, this power strip, actually.
It supplied power to the fan, but for the moment it was deactivated.
Okay, so activated, dude. What else is there? Desk. Oh, wait, glass ball.
I recognized the glass ball. It was the snow globe Kathrin was holding in her hand in the photo. I inspected the sphere and discovered a small brass key in a battery compartment. A very stupid place to hide something. The batteries must have leaked and the key was oxidized.
Okay, so maybe it's for the middle drawer.
As was reasonable to expect, it was closed. The key was completely rusty, and it was impossible to make it fit any of those drawers. The key was completely rusty.
Okay.
That solvent and vigorous friction could restore the key back to good condition.
There we go.
The lock triggered, and the drawer opened with a soft sound. Among the several documents inside, I found a freshly printed dossier. It was related to an unspecified exchange of goods that would be happening that very night. The location of the meeting wasn't specified, but a certain detail grabbed my attention. One of the records was for a bribe to a harbor office, also unspecified. Considering the number of piers in Miami, finding the right one would be far from easy. I needed more clues if I wanted to find the exchange location.
Uh-oh. Somebody shooting me?
By full thumb. I smell the blood of a snoop.
That must be Mama.
You seriously said fee-fi-fo-fum?
Mama got it right, like always. Pull your head out and let me take a look at you, smartass.
Like heck. What would stop you from shooting me then?
I only need to take 2 steps to have you at gunpoint anyways.
You don't want to do that. I'm a detective on duty, and I'm armed.
So you say, and yet I don't see you flashing any gun.
I'm just waiting for you to take a wrong step.
I say you're bluffing. Okay, I'm fed up with this chattering. You have 3 seconds to come out of there, or I'll be coming to get you myself. 1.
Okay, I think I know what to do. The firecracker, right?
All right, Squirt. It seems you weren't bluffing after all. What do you think you accomplished? Radwad will be here soon, and together we'll flush you out of there.
True, but I'd bought precious seconds to get out of that hell. I had convinced her that I was armed through deception, but how long could that stalemate last?
Okay, so now I gotta escape somehow. Maybe turn this power strip on? Blow the fan in her
By turning
face?
on the power, I thought I could divert Mama's attention towards the fan, clearing a way through the office window for a few seconds. From where I was, though, the power strip was beyond my reach.
Great. So, can I reach it with something else?
The clothes stick wasn't long enough.
Come on. What is long enough? Chain?
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see a good reason to do that. I couldn't see anything that might help me on the desk.
Okay. What is this?
That might have been my only way out of that deadly trap. But there was an obvious problem. Mama was looking right in that direction. Maybe if I could draw her attention to the opposite side of the room, I could manage to sneak out of the window.
Okay, so that was just the window. So we got desk, we got power strip, we got the fan. Ashtray.
Could that ashtray help me in any way? Could that ashtray help me in any way?
I don't know, dude. What else we got?
I thought it was better to look for another solution. Was it really worth it? That might have been my only way out of that deadly trap. But there was an obvious problem. Mama was looking right in that direction. Maybe if I could draw her attention to the opposite side of the room, I could manage to sneak out of the window.
Okay, so...
Hey, what are you up to?
Nothing. I was just measuring the desk to kill time.
I've known many morons, but you are the gold standard.
Whatever, Mama. Alright, so it looks like somehow I can use this ashtray.
Could that ashtray help me in any way?
That's what he hints to.
The cigarette was out.
Oh, so I get to light it?
As soon as the smoke reached me, waves of desire washed over me. How tough can it be to quit such a vice?
Alright, where is it? Where is it?
Hey, Squirt, are you out of your mind? Don't take another step or I'll end you, understand?
All right. I was just using the ashtray. I wouldn't want to set the entire factory on fire.
Okay, maybe now I can use the tape.
What the hell is happening in here?
It's time to go for broke, and quickly.
Okay, get out the window. Hey, I made it.
What's that? Okay, Squirt. I'm sick of this. Come out of there and let's get it over with once and for all.
I wouldn't convince her to let me go with nothing but words.
Here you are, you snooper.
Oh, she shot me. Okay, so there's another way somehow. Okay, so I gotta hit her maybe? Hit her with a wrench? Oh, that worked, oh my god.
Adrenaline was pumping through every cell of my body, giving me the necessary strength to knock out that behemoth. Now, to get out of there, and fast. As I walked away from that hellish factory, I thought of how I had miraculously escaped one of the worst situations of my life. Yet, it was worth the risk. Now, I knew there would be an exchange of unspecified goods at the pier that night. An exchange I could not miss. I just had to find out which was the right pier among the thousands in Miami.
Okay, so maybe Alice can help me with that, but that's for the next video.